Okay, if you were having problems on the assignment, here's number 1. 1 over x plus 1 plus 1 over x minus 1 equals 2 over x squared minus 1. Okay, you got to get your CD. So common denominator is what that stands for. You don't need any parentheses on top, so just drop them. Even when you do, you put it and drop it. You don't worry about factoring on top. Bottom, your parentheses, can x plus 1 be factored? Well, GCF would be 1, and that's not a DOPS, okay? So we'll keep that as x plus 1. That's prime. X minus 1 is also prime, because GCF is 1, and there's no DOPS there without the second power. Now, x second minus 1, how about that? GCF DOPS, I'm thinking maybe so. GCF would be 1. Now take the 1 away when you're looking at a DOPS. That's XX. We got the minus. That's 1, 1. So XX, 1, 1. So that has to be rewritten. Okay? We rewrite that as x plus 1 times x minus 1. So x plus 1 and x minus 1 are my two factors. I don't have any outsides to worry about down there. So x plus 1, we got 1, 0, 1. Okay, so x plus 1, x plus 1. X minus 1, 0, 1, 1. So that first one we raise up by x minus 1. Remember, bring it on top 2. Cross out the bottom. Then we start distributing. That's 1x minus 1. That's 1x plus 1. And then 2. So we got B, C, and C. No A's, so add your B's and C's. 1x is 2x. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0, so it's just 2x equals 2. Then you just divide by 2, and your answer is 1. Okay. Okay, number 2. You got 2 over x plus 3 plus negative 1 over x equals negative 6, and then x and x plus 3. So line up. You know you don't have common denominators. You're going to get them. Do I need any parentheses on top? Nope. So I just drop. X plus 3, got to have a parentheses, but I think that's prime. It's two terms. The GCF's 1, and it's not a DOPS, so we just don't rewrite it, but you need the parentheses. That don't even get a parentheses because there's no plus or minus to that x. And here you have x plus 3, but you already have the parentheses, so that's pretty much good to go. So common denominator, we've got x plus 3. We've got outer x, I call it outer x. Outer x and x plus 3. Okay, so x plus 3, we got 1, 0, 1. So we need to raise that middle by x plus 3. Outer x, you got 0, that doesn't count. If it's in parentheses, don't count it. 1, 1. So I put the x here and the x here, and bottom's been nice knowing you. I don't need you anymore. So we got 2x. Then I distribute, it's going to be plus negative 1x plus negative 3, and then negative 6. Okay, B, B, C, C, I like that. There's only one answer, so we combine our B's. That makes 1x plus negative 3 equals negative 6. Then I add the 3, and divide by 1, you get negative 3. Okay. Okay, number 3. Got 2 over x plus 3 over x minus 4 equals 2x minus 2, x squared minus 1x minus 12. So common denominator. So top, drop the 2, drop the 3, and put a parentheses and drop it. Even though that has a GCF, we don't factor the top. Don't do it. Okay, you're wasting time. Bottom, x plus 3, but that's prime. Now the bottoms you have to factor if it's possible. GCF's 1, that would not be a DOPS because we're missing the second power, so that stays the same. And then we definitely need to factor that trinomial on bottom. So x squared minus 1x minus 12. So it'd be the GCF t factoring. So the GCF is 1. 1 times negative 12 is negative 12. So it's a positive times a negative. We're adding to try to get to negative 1, which is possible because if you divide this by 3, you get 4. And a is 1, so we just have x plus 3 times x minus 4. So rewrite that, x plus 3 times x minus 4. And find our common denominator. So we have x plus 3, x minus 4. Then I have the same thing here. So x plus 3, I got 1, 0, 1. So it's the middle that needs an x plus 3 factor. X minus 4, we got 0, 1, 1. So raise that up by x minus 4. In the middle, that's all she wrote. And then we distribute. So that's going to be 2x minus 8 plus 3x plus 9. And over here you already have it, 2x minus 2. Okay, just b's and c's again. That's good. I like that. Okay, because we can combine the b's and c's. 2 plus 3 is 5x. Combine your c's. Negative 8 plus 9 is plus 1. And then over here, 2x minus 2. Okay, your x's. Pick one of your, you got b, c, b, c. Pick one of the b's to get rid of. Get rid of that one. That'll become 3x plus 1 equals negative 2. Then I minus 1. Divide by 3 and I get negative 1. Okay, one more. Okay, number 4. 1 over x plus x over x plus 2. Then it just says equals 1. So you put equals 1 and underline it. That's an empty denominator, but we'll be filling it in here shortly. Okay, so none of those need parentheses on top, so drop them. On bottom, doesn't need a parentheses, drop it. Needs a parentheses. Now, could you factor it? Their GCF's 1, it's not a DOPS, so that's prime. And we have an empty denominator here, so we have, for the common denominator, we analyze outer x, and parentheses x plus 2. So outer x 1, remember again that doesn't count, and that don't count either, it's on top. You only look at the bottoms when doing this. You don't put 1 down because it's not on bottom. You don't have an outer x on bottom. And you have 0 here. So these two, we need to put an outer x. So we put x, we put a second power on that one then. Okay, if there's already an x up there, you just may raise it to the second. X plus 2 parentheses 0, 1. Oh, and also here we need x and x, sorry. X plus 2, 0, 1, 0. So I think these ones need an x plus 2 factor. That already has it. And guess what happens to the bottom? Out. So we have 1x plus 2. Put a 1 there and just put plus 1x squared. You don't have to multiply. Over here you're going to have another 1x to the second. That's actually a good thing. Plus 2x. So what do we have? We have b, c, a. Nothing goes together. And a, b. So at the first time I'm thinking there's 2 answers. But when I look at my a's, I see they're identical. Okay. So I just cross them out. Now there's only one answer with b's and c's. You can't combine anything, so you need to pick one of the b's to get rid of. So minus 1x, minus 1x. So 2 is equal to 1x. Divide by 1, you get 2.